Hi guys. That's me pouring a Truly, sorry. Hold on a second. Welcome back to Thotology. This is our 6th episode / lesson, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care at this point. All I care about is the fact that you're listening, so thanks. Jax is with us again today, and today we are going to be talking about working smarter, not harder, which the Air Force taught me. And Jax owns her own lash business. Why don't you give them the plug?
Seductors by Jax, LLC.
You hear that? The LLC, that's the important bitch part, alright?
Mm-hmm.
She's a boss ass bitch. Official. CEO. Alright.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'm Mariah Malabushi, but whatever. Who gives a shit about that today? Not me. My hoops keep feeling like they're gonna fall out, and I just didn't know, whatever. Hold on, let me take a drink of my drink, you know?
Yes, give her credit.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That is nice. Mommy needed that. Anyway, why don't you give me some tips on working smarter, not harder? Because you're a business owner.
Working smarter, not harder. A big thing, if you're actually trying to do like retail and stuff, a big thing to do is find a vendor. There's a plug called Alibaba or AliExpress, and I believe they're like China owned. I mean, everything comes from China anyways, so.
This is true.
Find a vendor.
You know what came from China?
What?
You know what came from
What?
China?
I don't want to know. Actually, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Gonna get canceled.
It rhymes with schmovid.
I'm done.
Did it not come from China? Listen, that's what I saw on the news, and then I stopped watching. Unless there's information that tells me otherwise. I'm just saying. That's what I was told. I think it's a conspiracy, but we can touch on that later. That's just because I'm crazy. Anyway.
But yeah, finding a vendor is a big thing because you can get a lot of quality, or like a wholesale person, get a lot of like quantity, and sell that shit and make more money than what you bought it for. And that's how you start. That's an easy way to get them coins.
Jeff. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You missed it. It's too. Never mind. Jeff just missed an opportunity. It's fine. This is what I get. Anyway, so
Yeah, staff not doing their job.
Staff not doing their job.
The fuck is this? I'm getting back on the show.
Listen, all I'm saying is I'm just tired of me and Jax doing all the heavy lifting around here. You know.
Oh my god.
Yeah. We're the girls, like.
Yeah, seriously. I feel like Ellen DeGeneres just with an uncooperative staff.
You're about to get canceled like Ellen DeGeneres.
Listen, Ellen, I don't know what happened, but all I know is that one minute Ellen got a medal from Obama, and now they're trying to cancel Ellen. But I heard she was racist, and we're not down with that. So,
No,
I mean, but also I just don't care enough to investigate the story, because I've had other...
Yeah, like, everyone knows about it except me. Like, I did not do no
You know,
research on it.
I'm so glad that Jeff's recording this, because actually Jeff and Michael know more about the Ellen DeGeneres scandal than Jackson
For some
and I
reason.
do. Which I find odd, because they both have penises. But it's 2020, so they're allowed to, be into whatever TV shows that they like, okay? So I'm allowed to like anime, and they're allowed to like Ellen DeGeneres.
Informative.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, equality, guys.
They're way too up to date with it.
They're
like,
really,
I'm
it's like they also, Michael and Jeff get together and they watch, what is that Basketball Wives show?
Oh my god, I forgot the name.
Which housewives are your guys' favorite?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference between any of them.
Fake titties.
Huh?
No. I'm kidding.
Oh
These
my
are
god.
fake titties.
Don't they all have those though? Probably. But anyway, work smarter, not harder. I'm trying to think of things that I do to work smarter, not harder.
Prioritize. You prioritizing, bitch.
Am I?
Done.
Do
Yeah.
I see? I don't
Get your shit
understand.
done.
I guess. I think it's hard to look at yourself and realize what you're doing that makes you successful, you know? Like, if I was to look at you, I'd be like, well, Jax is really organized and she's very time-oriented and she knows how long, like doing somebody's lashes or something's gonna take, and she knows, you know what I mean? Like, you're...
What's the schedule next?
Yeah, you're good with, like, time and stuff like that. For me, I think I'm just very good at barking orders sometimes, and I'm like, this is what we need to do, this is when we need to do it, this is where we park the car, and this is what time this shit needs to be done. And then other than that, I'm like an idea person. I'll be like, hey, Michael, I have this idea. That's my job. Now you make it come to fruition. And then Michael's like, well, I don't know how to find 2 midgets on such short notice, Mariah. And I'm like, well, I'm the talent. That's not my problem. You figure it out. Also, we need that hot air balloon contract signed by tomorrow. Anyway, so, yeah. Work smarter, not harder, guys. You should always make sure that you're, listening to somebody who is in the Air Force, because it's the smartest branch, and it's a real branch. Mm-hmm. Unlike my friends in the Coast Guard. Just kidding, I love you guys. But yeah, I mean, I think also, like, going into, like, working smarter, not harder, let's talk about Instagram scams.
Oh, God.
Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna go there. Because I'm tired of everything.
We all know one big Instagram scam brand that we don't give a fuck about anymore. We're actually sick of seeing it.
Which one is it?
Flat tummy tea.
Oh, flat tummy tea.
Flat tummy tea. Y'all
Flat
are so
tummy
fucking
tea.
annoying.
Yo, okay. Listen, I'm so tired of like these girls in my DMs trying to get me to sell their stuff. They're like, hey, you can spend $500 for all this tea. It's such a great investment. And like, I lost 2 inches off my waist, but I also.
They'll go to links and send you pictures and like all this BS. We're like,
They're like, listen, if you drink this tea, cut your caloric intake in half and work out 6 days a week, you too can lose 2 inches off your waist.
Bitch, you told me I'm fat?
Well, I'm like, so you think it's the tea? Like, or I'm confused as to how this works. Because I'm just going to be honest, there's other tea that you can get that has nothing to do with that, and it will make you shit your pants. And you can get it at
It's
any...
pretty much a laxative. Right?
It's just a laxative, and you can get it at any, like, health food store. It's not even a health food store. You can get it at Safeway. It's called, it's like an herbal Chinese slimming tea, and I promise you, if you drink 3 cups of that, don't plan a date for that night. It would be very, very bad.
People also say drink tea with ginger, but the ginger.
Ginger, peppermint is very good for bloating. Peppermint tea is really good for bloating. Also makes your breath smell great. So, just
try those.
put that on, especially if you got stank breath. Like, we ain't trying to kiss no stank breath, you know what I mean?
Yeah, brush your teeth in the morning.
Brush your damn floss. I didn't need to yell that so loud, but I did. Floss. Guys, it's disgusting if you don't floss. Like, I'm not looking at anybody in particular because a lot of people don't floss, but I'm just saying, you gotta care about your gums, you know what I mean? It's just like Pretty Woman.
Gum disease is a real thing.
Gum disease is a real thing. And it's just like Pretty Woman. Remember when he pulls her out of the bathroom because he thinks she's doing drugs? And he's like, oh, you're flossing? She's like, you shouldn't neglect your gums. Alright, so if she was a hooker and she's not neglecting her gums, then what's your excuse? I just want to know. Anyway. So let's talk about the time that I took a laxative. I really don't want to tell this story, but I always promised I'd be honest on here. Remember how I said nothing embarrasses me? Remember that? Mm-hmm. Oh, you're gonna take a video of this, Jeff? Great. Remember how I said
Perfect time.
Remember how I said nothing embarrasses me? Well, this is
Time to Ellen DeGenerate your ass.
Huh?
Well, time to Ellen DeGenerate your ass.
Yeah, exactly. So, like last week I was in Baltimore because I was having a slight mental breakdown. No big deal. And I was like, I felt like I was maybe a little bit not regular. How do you say that in the most ladylike way possible, right? Not regular. So I asked my friend Kiera, I was like, hey girl, can you get me a laxative or something to help me? Even though I knew, like, I probably shouldn't mess with it, I did anyway. So I took this teeny tiny little pill, and I'm so glad I only took 1, because I promise you right now, this is not a joke. If I had taken 2, I would have died. Like, the things that happened to me that night are unspeakable. The pain that I went through, don't do it. Just don't do it. I think it's called like Docalax or something like that.
I've heard that one. I've actually never taken a laxative
It's like
before,
teeny tiny, and I'm so glad because I was like pulling it out of the package and I was like, they're so tiny, maybe I should take 2. I would have died. I would be sitting here right now.
Laxatives work, people.
I would have been like a shriveled up raisin. This is what happened. Okay, so my friend Kiera, like, I was staying the night with her, and I like did not want to wake her up. This is the most pathetic thing ever. So I rolled. All of a sudden, it's like 3 in the morning, and I'm like, something is not right, and I felt it in my gut, and I was just like, what is this pain inside of me? So I like rolled out of bed, and I like slinked to the bathroom, like ding 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 ding, like slink. And I get in there, and I'm just like, what is happening? And nothing's coming out of me, but I'm in so much pain. Eventually things came out of me, but I don't really want to talk about that because I'm not trying to be this single forever, guys. You know, eventually, you know, somebody's gonna love me. So anyway, so then I'm like in the bathroom, and I'm like, well, I kept like having to go back and forth to the bed, and I was like, I don't want to wake my friend up. So I'm laying there. She had just bought new bath towels. I pulled her bathroom rugs together, laid on the floor, and covered myself in her bathroom towels, and I just like laid there like this, and I was just like, the cool tile on my face.
That's how you know
That's how you know you're sick.
Though,
Yeah, cause
you really like.
I was like, I don't want to wake my friend up, like,
Yeah,
and I was
my
like,
friend's sleeping. She looks so peaceful.
listen, but if I had shit her bed, I also would have died. It was like a lose-lose situation. Like, if I took 2 of those laxatives, I would have died. If I shit my friend's bed, I would have died. Like, embarrassment, just, you know, whatever. But the moral of the story is, girls don't even poop anyway, and I made all that up. So don't judge me, okay? Drink some green juice. What's another good thing that girls can do for not bloating, since we're talking about digestive things? Ginger's really good.
Cranberry is good.
Cranberry
juice is good overall to drink.
Celery juice, guys.
That's a big thing, actually. I tried doing that. Like,
I've done it.
Jeff watched me try to do it. I tried to do it for like 2 days, like straight. That shit is.
Did you shit your pants? Don't lie to me.
Actually,
Don't lie to me.
though, because I would juice a lot. Like, I would juice like cucumbers and carrots, but I would put like an apple in there so it tastes good.
So I did it. This is, you know what? I feel like this was meant to happen today because there's another story of how I almost shit myself to death.
It's okay. We actually want to know.
It was a
like,
celery. So celery juice, you have to make sure that you really, really wash your celery super good and stuff like that, and make sure you're getting everything off of it. I don't know if it was just like a bad batch, but that, like, I mean, but I love celery juice, so it will make your skin glow. It helps with bloating, like.
I really tried.
But the thing is, you have to make it fresh, and that's why it's such a pain in the ass. Like, my friends are like, Mariah, what are you drinking? And I'm like, celery juice, you want some? And they're like, no, you're disgusting, but I'm here drinking it Truly. But that's the kind of day that I'm having, so I don't really care what anybody thinks. But celery juice is amazing for bloating. It's great for your skin. Like, it helps with rosacea, redness, like, weight loss.
It can heal a lot of health issues.
Well, like a lot of, what's it called? I can't remember what they're called. Digestive issues, but autoimmune diseases.
Yes.
It helps with a lot of things that happen with autoimmune diseases and stuff like that. So you guys should definitely try that. Get a juicer, and like just make sure you're supposed to drink it on an empty stomach, and then you wait 30 minutes, and then you can do your other stuff. But it will really help with like things like gluten intolerance and all this other stuff. And we're just basically trying to make you guys feel skinny until wintertime comes, and then we all just eat until February. Yeah, I'm trying to get those mashed potatoes. I'm trying to get them mashed potatoes. I'm trying to get all the good stuff.
Yams.
Trying to get all the good stuff. Speaking of holidays coming up, guys, let's talk about how cuffing season's coming up.
Oh shit.
I know this doesn't affect anybody in the building besides me, pretty much. Wait, Michael, are you married?
No, I'm not married.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Yep.
Oh, we'll see. Cool. Good for you, Michael. Wait, is Sam married?
Fuck you.
Is Sam married? Oh, okay, cool. So great. Once again, cuffing season only affects me. Of course. So, what did I spend my summer doing? Not finding love, and now I just gotta sit here. But we're basically talking about dating in this generation and why it's non-existent and it doesn't work. And, Jax has been cuffed for how many years now?
4.
That's so cute. Do you guys like wrap Christmas presents and stuff together?
No.
Oh, well, I was gonna.
I do that.
But yeah. Oh, great. I'll just cry myself to sleep.
No, you wrap your own damn Christmas presents. That's what you should be doing.
My roommate does that. Well, she did it last year, but
That's
now
cute.
I live by
That's cute.
myself. But yeah, don't feel like you gotta have somebody to spend the holidays with. You know what I mean? Just sit by yourself in your apartment and eat and Try
You
not
have
to
a dog too, right?
try not to think about the fact that you're alone, you know. Yeah, I got a dog. She's cool. I dig her.
Sheila.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you have what? I mean, so Jax has been in a relationship for 4 years, right? Is it 4 years? Speaking of which, Jeff, are you ever gonna propose?
Yes.
He said yes. Oh, whatever. Well, you better step on it.
Where is he? He's hidden. That's how you know.
Yeah.
He ran away from the question.
Run away from the question. Come on,
No.
Jeff. Be a man. Anyway,
He's working.
he's working on what?
Yeah,
We're
this staff
doing
is not
all
working
over.
today. This staff is not working.
We're
Don't
doing.
believe anything they're fucking saying, because it's all a lie.
It's all a lie.
I ain't
They
lying.
really be thinking they're doing something.
All right. Well, let's hear from your perspective first. What do you think the issues are with dating in this generation?
So I'm really conflicted, because a lot of people, like, I have had this conversation with, a lot of people are like, oh, it's always, like, social media is the reason why dating in this generation is so hard. And other people are like, nah, like, it's other things, like, people are gonna be like that regardless. And I can see both sides for sure. But I definitely think social media has fucking, like, a lot of issues, like, when it comes to dating as well, because there's just too much temptation.
Yeah.
Like, the temptation is, like, out of this world, because, like, obviously girls are out, like, on social media naked, which I don't give a fuck about, like, you
Because
be
Jax is
naked.
hot, guys. Jax,
Thank you.
yeah, she's fine. Yeah.
But, you know, yeah, like, that shit is just, like, there's no issue being naked on social media. You do you, do what you want. But, yeah, it definitely makes it a lot harder for men in relationships.
Men are visual creatures.
Yeah, like, if
And
you-
they also have smaller brains than us and less willpower,
Mhm.
so.
Exactly. But I would say that's a big thing, or just, in
Sometimes-
general, it's, jealousy is, like, a thing, for sure. Like,
Yeah.
women are like, what the fuck, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this
Be
is
wilding on the gram.
this is what I think. All right, coming from somebody who has not a lot of Instagram followers, but like not a little bit of Instagram followers. I think I'm in that sweet spot of like
Mhm.
in the middle, you know. I think like number one, this thing that always happens to me is people judge me for my Instagram, or like guys. How do I say this? Like guys are threatened by women having some followers, I think, but I don't really think it works like that with women. I think women, if you're a hoe, you're a hoe.
Yeah.
Like that's just it
There's
is
no
what it
issues,
is.
like,
That's your prerogative, and that's fine. Like you might be going like I think we all go through a hoe stage. You know what I mean? But I think that for me, it's been like oh well, she gets so much like attention, or she gets a decent amount of attention. Or they've seen guys come up to me, or like they know like whatever, and so they'll think like I'm not faithful, and I'm like, listen, have you seen how lazy I am? Do you really think for a fucking second that I'm gonna like two men at the same time? I barely want to like you.
exactly.
Okay, I barely want to text you back. All right, I barely want to think about what's going on between the two of us, and so I think I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit different. It depends on how much that person needs attention, right? So like if you need a lot of attention to function, maybe social media is not great for your relationship, because if you feel like your significant other is busy or not giving you your attention,
It creates a lot of insecurities.
it
too.
creates a lot of insecurities and things like that. And like for me, like I know how I am. Like I might post a picture, but I'm not paying attention to all these random people liking my stuff. The only
You're like, I don't ever go through all my likes like, who liked this? This person.
yeah, like
this person,
I'm
this
not listen, and let's touch on this. I used to have like a fake account. I used to be like stalking what my ex was doing. P.S. By the way, you do realize you have to come to my profile to unblock me, right? If you're gonna block me, I want to say his name so bad right now, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm so surly.
He
Like,
don't get the type of recognition.
He don't. Listen, stop unblocking me. I don't care what you're doing, alright? Stop trying to bait me into a conversation. If I wanted to talk to you, I have your number, I'd call you, okay? So stop it. But anyway, I feel like I used to like keep an eye on like what my ex was doing on social media and stuff like that, and like now I just don't want to do that. I'm too lazy, you know? So like I'll notice like if my crush
Is it like a change of mindset? You're just
yes,
like,
because the anxiety that it caused, like most of the time this is the thing. If a woman thinks, I mean, I don't know, I think you and Jeff are in a really solid relationship, so it's different. I think once you're with somebody for so long, it's like you guys have to kind of find things to fight about just to keep things spicy, you know what I mean? Like y'all are obviously in a very solid long-term relationship.
We would literally fight about like the dumbest things, like like I like the room super like not too cold. He likes it like freezing. Like I'll literally touch him and be like, Chef, my fingers are like they're frozen. Please, I need some heat.
Yeah.
And I try to put it on him, and he's like, get off me. Like,
Wait,
I'm like, what the fuck?
wait.
So
I'm
cold.
gonna put Jeff on blast. Does Jeff like girls' pictures on Instagram?
I mean, yeah, but I mean that's fine.
Does it
like,
bother you?
It's fine. It depends.
When does it bother you?
Like it doesn't bother me, really.
Like if it was me, it wouldn't bother you. Obviously, you know me.
I mean, all in all, like not really, but it just all depends on the situation.
Like what would make you mad? Jeff, I hope you're listening.
Oh, he already knows. Like
he gave the thumbs up.
he already knows. Like, I mean, just like something like. Let me find a situation. Where
I
I'm
have
not,
an
like,
example
I'm not
while you're
putting
thinking.
people
I have
on.
an example while you're thinking. So my ex used to get like so butthurt about stuff I would post, right? But then he would go like stuff like way worse than what I was posting, and I'm like, so how are you going to go? So a like is validation, right? That's like the brain, the human brain stimulated by validation, blah 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 blah, science facts, yada yada yada, Wikipedia, blah blah blah, whatever, right? But I was like, how are you gonna go validate another female for doing something that you say that I shouldn't be doing? And I just don't think that that's fair,
It's
right?
definitely a big thing.
Like I just think it's hypocritical. Like I really don't. I can't mess with hypocrites, man. You know, like if you're gonna hold me to a standard, I'm gonna hold you to a standard, and I just like I don't like that. But did you remember the thing you were gonna think
Well,
about?
like one thing, like if I want to be able to post, you know, like
Titties out?
post whatever type of photo I want. So like, you know, I want to post a photo, whatever. Then if you like in a photo that's nasty too, like why can't I be nasty on the gram? You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like I don't give.
Exactly. And you know what
cares?
listen,
Like, who cares?
this is what I don't mess with. My ex would always be like, well, they're not my girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. Well, maybe she should be, because I'm tired of you, first of all. And second of all, like, don't give me this whole, oh, well, you're supposed to be my wife someday, or you're supposed to be this, and you're supposed to be that. And I don't want to hear it.
They want their girl to.
They want
to
us to
be
be
an-
an angel and like a handmaiden or whatever
I
it's
mean, that makes
called.
sense too. Like most guys don't want to be with a girl who's, you know,
And that is true, and I'm gonna be honest.
being fucked by all the homies.
This is
so,
what
like,
this is what it is, all right. And here's my thing. I'm not ever gonna tell a girl to clean up her Instagram. I'm not gonna do that. Do sis, you want to be bad? Like go do you. I'm happy for you. But I noticed after me and my ex broke up, I was more like out there on the gram because he had tried to control what I was posting for so long that I was kind of like wilding out. You know what I mean? And I did realize like it's just you're just not gonna get the attention that you want, and sometimes it's not fair to you. Like sometimes I'll get treated a certain kind of way, or like guys will think I'm fast, or they'll think I'm this or I'm not, and I'm not. And then it's not fair, you know what I mean? But however, guys, you shouldn't be judging a girl by her Instagram anyway, because I know some girls that are super clean on the Instagram and they've had sex with like all your friends and you. And you don't know about it, but I know about it because I know about everything. So I'm just gonna put that out there. Like you shouldn't judge a girl just like based on her Instagram or whatever, but
I do think it's a big thing too. Like at the end of the day, like social media is like whatever. Like me and Jeff
It's
don't
not
actually go
real
by
life.
like true like standards like that. Like you know like so like super cut. Like at the end of the day, like if you're in a relationship, what's wrong is what's wrong, and what's right is what's right, and like that's what's gonna make or break your relationship.
yeah,
You know what's the right and wrong thing to do at the end of the day. So like
you gotta learn to make compromises and stuff with people, and like this is the thing, like I feel like you shouldn't be in a relationship, like really sit back and like think about what you're fighting about, and this is like some LSD thoughts right here, like because like one time I was like damn, like none of this really matters, you know, social media doesn't matter, it's not real life, like, and at the end of the day, like our life is like the people that we have in front of us, these relationships, the people that we love and that we care for and all these other things, and like it just seems so dumb to me sometimes to like I get it, but then
I definitely get it. Social media is a great platform for a lot of things.
I'll have like a heightened moment of like actuality, and I'll just be like, wow, like none of this matters, you know what I mean? And we all put so much emphasis on it, and I feel like sometimes we put emphasis on it because maybe we're bored, we don't have anything better to do and stuff like that. But I do agree. I think that number one, I think that people ghost each other more often because they have so many options, and it's like a lot of us are alone, but we have all these options, but we're still lonely. You know what I mean? And like for me, like I feel like we're in a hookup culture right now, and I don't ever think it'll really go back to the way things used to be.
There's
But
no
like
that old.
there's
soul
and I
left,
am
like-
such an old soul. I really am, and like I just
And that's
don't.
how I am. I'm like, I really just.
If it ain't 90s R&B, I don't want it. Like
Dead ass. Literally.
these guys, like the guys, like or like I like one person at a time, and like I was recently talking to this guy, and like we bickered about something or something like that. But it's like if I know that you've been talking to 3 or 4 or 5 other girls,
Turn off.
it's a turn off. That doesn't mean that's gonna change how I move. Like I'm not just gonna go be spiteful and like do the same thing, but it's a turn
It's
off.
still your character at the end of the
That's
day.
my
That's not your
character. Like I like one person at a time. That's just how
Yeah,
I
that's
roll.
how I
That's
am.
how I am. Because when I like somebody, I'm not attracted to other
Yes.
people.
Oh, no,
And
I don't
believe
care,
me,
none of y'all.
I have tried. I've been on Hinge and I'm like, ew, 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 ew. And it's just because when you like somebody, you like somebody.
It's hard.
But in this culture where it's just like people are looking for instant gratification and they're so scared to have an actual connection with somebody, like that is disinteresting to me. Like if you're talking to like several other girls and you're not even good at hiding it, dude, like
Fuck off.
what am I supposed to do with that? Like what am I supposed to no, I really like you, Mariah. Yeah.
And then you think it's just like,
okay.
oh, we're not in a relationship though.
And I'm like, that's fine.
still
But
free to mingle, you
I'm
know?
so glad you said that, actually, because I saw this thing the other day and it was like, wait, we want to get this one too. When you are, so I saw this thing on Instagram the other day and it was like, basically, we were talking and because of your behavior in the talking stage, we didn't make it to the relationship stage. So no, we weren't dating, but I peeped your behavior when we were talking. And you didn't make it to the next level.
It doesn't say a lot about people. Like, if you still acting shady when I'm trying to be serious with you and you saying you're trying to be serious with me,
Yeah.
that's like.
And here's my thing. Like, listen, like, I just don't. It makes me question everything that a person's saying to me because I'm just like I don't care to have like interactions that are so superficial. So if you're interacting with that many other girls, are you saying the same things that you say to me? Like, could I literally just tell you everything that you just said to these girls? Because that's so unattractive to me, and I just don't. That's why I'm just like I'm single and I just don't really care right now because I'm not down to have all these like superficial like
And it
things.
brings out dumb
And
emotions. Like, what the
it's
fuck?
so dumb, and I don't have time for it. What's that song by Cardi B backing it up? She's like, you don't need another bitch coming up to you as a woman. Like, oh, I just want to let you know what your man's doing. I don't have time for that. Like, I don't. And like, girls, the most valuable thing you can ever learn is it is okay to be by yourself. You don't need to be with a man just to feel like you're not by yourself or that you're wasting time or things like that.
Or
You
to feel
don't-
like you have value.
Yeah, a man is not what makes you valuable. Loving yourself makes you valuable. And to be honest, I just recently learned how to love myself, and I probably shouldn't have been in any relationships up until now. Because you don't even know how to love someone else properly until you know how to love yourself.
I hear people say that all the time.
You don't even, I probably am now capable of loving somebody properly because I know how to love myself. But up until this
And it
point,
makes a lot of difference in the relationship.
it really does. Like, there's times now where, and like, this guy, I was talking to him the other day and he was just like, he's going through some stuff. He's just like, people take things so personally. Like, girl, if he is going through some stuff and he can't deal with you right now, stop taking it personally and saying, oh, well, this is, he doesn't like me, or, you don't want to be with me.
Make it about yourself.
Stop making it about you. It's not about you. It's about him. He's going, just like you have your own life and you're going through it, so does he. Men have feelings, men have emotions, men have been cheated on. Now, I will get to this. I think women are stronger than men because I think, for me, I've been cheated on in like 3 of my relationships, and here I am, ready to love again, whatever. Not really. I don't care what happens at this point.
With open arms.
But men are like, Amanda cheated on me in 3rd grade and I never got over it.
Fuck!
And like,
Fuck
this,
myself.
and this is why you walked in on me having a threesome, in your bed, blah, blah, blah. Like, this is why I fucked your best friend, whatever. Yeah. But that didn't happen to me, I just want to clarify. Nobody had sex with my best friend. But, yeah, I don't know, like, listen, if you feel like you don't belong in this group of, dating, whatever, just you're gonna find your person. You gotta put yourself out there. You just gotta realize that, like,
And be yourself.
Be yourself. Like, just, what is that? Real attracts real. You know, like, be your real genuine
eyes
self.
realize real lies.
Oh, that was a good one. Like, just be calm, be patient. Listen, this is what you gotta do. You're gonna go to the mall this Christmas and buy yourself some stuff when you're drunk. Then you'll wrap it up.
Preferably UGG slippers.
And then when you're sober, you'll open it and be like, oh my god, look, somebody loves me. And then you'll be like, yeah, I love me, bitch. Like, you're welcome. So don't be down.
Self-love is important.
Self-love is so important. Listen, I love myself all the time. All the time.
All the time?
All the time. I love myself all the time. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys I really appreciate you being so patient and you know, wonderful and listening to us, and we hope that you got something out of today's episode, got some laughs, and I hope that you guys laughed at Michael and Jeff as much as I did. And yeah, they were like, what? But we love you guys, alright? So listen, like, follow, subscribe. Jax, you wanna let them know your Insta real quick?
Seductress by Jax, LLC.
LLC.
Maybe one day I'll give you guys the real one.
Yeah, but for now she's keeping it on the DL because she's classy. I, however, am I'm the CEO of Thotology, so it's Mariah Malabuji. Like I said, if you don't know how to spell it, I don't know how to help you. Alright, figure it out. You're an adult. Stay out the streets, girl. Clean your house. Go buy some pumpkin candles. I don't know. Massage your own feet. I don't know.